Welcome to the EarlyON. My name is Lorraine and I'm a resource consultant from Lansdowne Children's Center. I'm going to talk to you today about proactive behavior strategies. Today I want to talk about what you can try with your child to hopefully prevent behavior problems from happening in the first place. Being proactive, as it were. Ideally, if you implement some of these strategies in your home, your child may not go on to behaving the way they often do. By offering routines that are consistent in your home, you'll find your child feels safer and calmer because they know what is coming next in their day. Kids thrive off routine as it builds in expectations and helps them feel more independent and confident in their abilities. You're possibly wondering what is meant by the word routines. It means that you add structure to your day. It may be what often happens just naturally, perhaps, but in a manner that helps your child know what to expect next. For instance, your child's morning may consist of getting up, using the toilet, washing their hands, and playing before breakfast. This might be followed by the opportunity to choose the clothes they want to wear and get dressed. Lunch might occur around noon hour, followed by a nap. Bedtime may follow a routine of having a bath, putting on their pajamas, brushing their teeth, having a story, and then being tucked into bed by 7:30 p.m., for example. These things occur during the day at roughly the same time. At times, exceptions occur when perhaps you have a visitor or a special family event. By giving warnings of upcoming expectations or transitions, your child may be more willing to stop their play or come with you when you ask, for example. Imagine how you would feel in the middle of watching your favorite show. You were suddenly told to turn the TV off. If you give your child warnings every few minutes before a transition or change is about to occur, they won't be caught off guard. In 5 minutes, you need to be ready to stop playing and come get ready to go to school. In 3 more minutes, we'll be getting ready to leave for school. And in just 1 minute, we'll be getting ready to go to school. Be sure you don't holler these warnings from a distance, but that your child makes eye contact with you and actually hears what you're saying. Sometimes as well, children like to carry a toy, for instance, with them as they move through a transition. It might be something small that can be held in their hand or in their pocket, like an action figure, toy car, or squishy toy. Give your child 2 choices whenever possible, as it gives them some power and control over what they must do, and it makes them feel that the decision is yours. So would you like to have cereal or toast for breakfast today? What would you like to wear? A dress or pants? Would you like me to read you 1 book or 2 books? Do you want to color or play with Play-Doh now? Your end goal is that your child eats their breakfast or gets dressed, for instance, but this is a means to get there without your child being non-compliant. Remember that providing choices does not always have to occur, but if your child's a little off, this might be a great strategy to try. Make sure any directions you give your child are clear. The directions should not be beyond what your child can do or is capable of doing based on their age and development. Think about what your child can do. Can they follow 1-step directions such as get your boots? Can they follow 2-step directions such as get your boots and come sit by the door? Can 3-step directions such as get your boots, sit by the door, and put your mitts in your pockets? Remember to acknowledge your child with following or complying with the direction you give them. Thanks for doing that. You can always use a gesture instead, such as a thumbs up sign or a smile, which work just as well as verbal praise. Prepare or prime your child for what you expect of them. For example, if you enter a store where you know they're going to see desired treats, tell them what you expect of them and what you intend to do. Remember, when we're in the store, please use your walking feet and quiet voices. If you can remember all that, I'll let you choose 1 treat. But if you do not want them choosing a treat, make that clear before you go into the store. You're going to see treats, but today I will not be buying any. Instead, though, when we get home, I'll let each of you have a popsicle. This can be helpful as well for any new situation, such as going to the dentist for the first time. You can talk about what they might see, how they might feel, and that you'll be there for them. If the child needs to wait, perhaps for dinner or to be set out in front of them, have a container of activities such as sensory fidget toys you can pick up at the dollar store, or little figures, stickers, small vehicles, for example, that your child can manipulate and play with as they wait for whatever is about to occur. Have you ever heard the old saying, monkey see, monkey do? Children learn from what they see and hear, so try and be a good model as to what you expect from them with their behavior. If you yell at them or model distaste of a food, for example, through your facial expression, your child too may yell back or refuse the food. These are what we call learned behaviors. By modeling appropriate behavior, you're demonstrating appropriate ways to respond to a new situation for your child. Watch for behavior you like to see. Catch them being good. Praise your child, which is what we call positive reinforcement for good behavior. Sometimes we forget to do this because we just expect to see it or because we're so focused on the negative behaviors. If your child struggles with challenging behavior, any little act they engage in that is not negative should be commented on. I like the way you remember to bring your cup to the sink after lunch. Use specific phrases when teaching your child that you like what they're doing. Saying just good job really doesn't let your child know what it was that they did that was right. Instead, you might say, great job, Amanda. I like the way you tried your broccoli, even though I know it's not your favorite. If you provide praise that is very specific to the behavior, it teaches your child that he or she are on the right track, and it sounds genuine. Way to go, Felix. You worked so hard at cutting on that line today. Watch that the distractions in your home environment are limited, such as visual, auditory, sensory, and favorite activities. Plan ahead to turn that TV off before your child enters the room. Move the Play-Doh up out of sight because you really don't feel like cleaning it up off the floor today. If you can attempt to put one of these strategies into practice in your home and then slowly add in another and then perhaps another one later on, hopefully you can avoid some of these negative behaviors you keep seeing your little one engage in. Thanks for joining our EarlyON parent information session today.
A resource consultant from the Early Integration Program is available to talk to you should you want more information, support, or to discuss any concerns or questions you may have. Please contact us by email at eip@lansdowncc.com or by phone at 519-753-3153. Ask reception if you can speak to a resource consultant.